Welcome to Hood Champion Boxing and Sports. In boxing, you find a way to win or you find a way to lose. Please like and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter. Follow me on Instagram. Become a member to the channel and leave that donation for that fried rice and chicken wings. Look, man. Teofimo Lopez is out here just burning bridges, you know. I get it. Matter of fact, let me pull it up for you. We know what Teofimo Lopez has done in boxing. But I'm going to tell you, like I've said it before. Let me show you this, right? Outside of 135, it's kind of hard to put respect on Teofimo Lopez's name, okay? Now, this is Teofimo. 22 wins, 13 KOs. You know, he has a loss where Cambosos put the bing bings on him. Okay, 59% KO ratio. He's 5'9", 68.5-inch reach. But this is the thing, right? When you look at Teofimo Lopez, let's go back down here to where he fought, okay, Comey. So in 2019, okay, he fought Comey and made this a little smaller. We're going to put some things in perspective here. He fought Comey, he got the TKO, okay? Then he went and fought Lomachenko, he got a decision. Fought George Cambosos Jr., he lost on a split decision, okay? Fought Pedro Campa. He ended up getting a TKO, which a lot of people felt that was questionable. Fought Sando Martin at 140 pounds again. Was lucky to get a split decision. Many people felt he lost that fight. Then he fought Josh Taylor, got a unanimous decision. Josh Taylor obviously looked drained, but Teofimo Lopez did what he had to do to get the victory. Then he fought Jermaine Ortiz in a lackluster affair. Jermaine Ortiz would have threw 10 to 15 punches more around, he would have won that fight. But he lost his right to complain because he did move a lot. I mean, he was running around the ring, basically. Then he fought Steve Claggett. That was another fight where a lot of people felt Teofimo may have lost that fight. But he got the decision. Then he fought Barbosa Jr. It was a competitive fight, but he did win. He did win that one. But what I'm getting at is Teofimo Lopez hasn't got a knockout since 2022, and that was against Campa, where a lot of people felt that was a bogus stoppage. So really, when you peel the layers back on Teofimo Lopez, I mean, you could go back to 2019, where he really had, no kidding, a knockout. But if you let Teofimo Lopez tell the story, he's going to sit here and make you believe that he's the best pound-for-pound boxer today, which is not the case. Okay? So where do we go from here with Teofimo Lopez? I'll be honest with you. I'm not sure where we go with this guy. But I'm going to tell you, for me, there's a lot of people who dislike him. Now, for those of you who've been sleeping underneath a rock, because I saw somebody today, man, people hating on Teo. They just don't like him because he's a Mexican. First of all, he's not Mexican. All right? And secondly, quit making everything about race. All right? Because that's the reason why Teofimo Lopez has so much attention on him right now. I just think when it comes to race, nobody should be talking about it. It's all wrong. But you come out here, man, making remarks, that have a lot of fans feeling like, you're being racially insensitive, man. And particular, the shit he was saying towards Terrence Crawford, man. And he never apologized for the comments. He just instead labeled the boxing fans and the critics as being haters. He does obviously have an issue with black athletes, black fighters. He does feel like they're getting preferential treatment, and he's being discriminated against. I mean, I don't really understand where he's getting that shit from, but that's his right to feel that way. But when you come out here and you're saying stuff like that, you're not doing yourself any favors. In addition to that, when you talk about a defensive and unexciting style that he's had especially since he got to 140, I mean, that's not helping him at all. Even Top Rank, no one is thrilled about working with Teofimo Lopez. But then again, you got to learn to listen a whole lot and talk very little when you get to his position. My man is out here taking shots at Turkey Al-Sheikh, talking about people don't know what they have and they don't appreciate the king. And someone needs to get a hold of him and tell him, yo, my man, Teofimo, shut up. You're just frustrating everyone. And they don't want to put money in your pocket. But whose fault is that? That's your fault. But I'll tell you what, man, we can say what we want about Devin Haney. Teofimo Lopez is just as defensive a fighter as Devin Haney, right? That's how he approaches the fight, especially at 140. His whole thing is defense first. This thing about El Gordo and all that bullshit, that shit don't come out unless he knows he can do certain things. No, he ain't going in there guns blazing looking for the mashup, crash up. Anybody saying that need to hold their horse and stop taking it to the stupid. Because he got clipped by Barbosa when they fought. He got hurt badly. So he wasn't in a hurry to try to get back in there and exchange with the Mexican at all, because he got the Mexican bing bings put on his ass. But what I will tell you is some fans think Teofimo Lopez is boring. He doesn't think so, but there are a lot of fans that say, yo, this guy is not what he was at 135. He's kind of peaked in a weight division at 140 where he can't go back to 135. And at 140, he really can't go beyond that, even though he's calling out Jaron Ennis. He's in a very interesting space right now when it comes to boxing. And I'm going to tell you right now, I know he just fought Barbosa Jr., but his performance was criticized for all that excessive movement, man, and showboating without much action. There's only so much we want to see you hit the side of your boxing shoe. You know what I'm saying? Well, there's only so much we want to see that bullshit. If you're going to do that, well, then at least be exciting. You're just doing that and get everybody worked up, and then it's like, disappointment. And that's exactly what he brings to the table right now, inside and outside of the ring. Then you got to look at this questionable matchmaking, man. You know what I'm saying? A lot of fans out here, man, when they talk about him, they tell you, man, they're frustrated. He's moving up in weight. Talking about fighting Jaron Ennis, they're like, what is he trying to do? He'll tell you he's chasing greatness, but he can't even handle the guys at 140. So now he's supposed to go up against a much bigger and stronger opponent who has just as much IQ, maybe more. Who's got hand speed, who's durable, who's got power. How is he even going to survive against Jaron Ennis if he can't handle a Barbosa? Because what he's going to do is get up there and become Teofimo Haney Lopez, Teofimo Shakur Stevenson Lopez. Because he's going to start running the same shit where he want to criticize Haney and Shakur Stevenson. He getting that ring with Jaron Ennis. Teofimo going to be hauling ass. He's going to need to change his brake pads because he's going to be all gas, no brakes. I'm telling you. Can't handle them guys that, he couldn't handle Cambosos. Can't handle them guys at 140. You want to go mess with Boots? You better let that goddamn pit bull lay in that sun spot and sleep. Don't go disturbing him. He's in a sun spot. He's laying down. He's chilling. But you want to go out there and poke on him. You want to go tug at his ears, pull on his tail, reach into his bowl while he's there trying to sleeping by his bowl of food, and put your hand in there and toss this shit around and just to get under his skin. That ain't gonna work. I'm telling you, it's a mismatch. And to me, when it comes to Jaron Ennis and the road he's traveling, he's trying to become undisputed. I don't think Teofimo Lopez has a chance in hell, but it sounds like Eddie Hearn's trying to push for it. You just don't know what happens in boxing, you know what I'm saying? But if they made the fight, of course I'd watch it. I just don't think Teofimo Lopez stands a chance. But the real issue with this guy, he can say how great he is and lick on himself all he wants. You know, you can't be out here exchanging in heated battles with people online because I'm going to tell you this. When you get to a certain position, I say it all the time, listen more and talk less, but you're in a big glass house. It just takes one rock, a small one, to shatter that shit. Because he gets himself in unnecessary drama. You're trying to sell a fight, promote a fight. I understand. Muhammad Ali did this and Floyd Mayweather did this, but your approach is, you're not them. And your approach is not working out. It's making people dislike you, not want to see you lose, not want to see you win. They just don't want to even mess with you. They turn off promoters and everyone else. And his pops, I'll say this. I like the fact that it's father and son. But at the end of the day, his pops ain't helping him when it comes to all that. But I like the fact that they stick together. That's the one positive thing I can say. But at the end of the day, you know, he's a good fighter, though. I'm not saying he's not. Got a strong resume. He's got some great accomplishments. But as far as him coming back with a big performance, he's at a crossroad with fans. And if he wants a big performance, he's going to have to try to figure that shit out against somebody else, not Ennis. But if he can get up there and beat Jaron Ennis, That's just gonna let us know that the talent that we felt was undeniable was we were correct. And for some reason, it didn't show up at 140, but it showed up at 147 against the top dog at 147. But I just don't think that the win with Lomachenko, then the win with Taylor, and then for him to come and then you're going to have all of a sudden Jerron Boots in his name alongside those guys as opponents who were defeated by Teofimo. Like, I just don't see that happening. What I do think is going to keep happening is his personality, his comments are going to continue to rub people the wrong way. But if he gets in there with Boots and puts on an exciting performance, man, and engages the fans in a positive way, and he's winning some rounds and maybe even buzzes Jerron Boots Ennis, he'll get a lot of respect. I'll tell you that much. Even if he loses, he will get a lot of respect. But I tell you what, if he keeps up this dismissive attitude and these lackluster fights, that criticism is going to sustain itself and continue, man. Like, that's just the reality of what he's dealing with. So, I don't know. He got an upcoming fight. Who's he fighting? Oh, he's trying to get that Boots fight and shit. But I really think he should be working on trying to turn around his reputation, man. It can be done. I don't know if he needs to take time away from the sport, but I think if he really focuses on putting on electrifying performances, because you could tell that he can do it. He's got that kind of talent, that kind of skill set, that kind of athleticism. He can do it. He can put on electrifying performances. But I think if he can do that, fans will get beyond his controversies, and again, they'll be like looking at his talent. But he's not giving anybody anything to talk about outside of the negative shit that he keeps stirring up. You know what I'm saying? But boy, for me to just try to, picture him clipping Jerron Ennis, I can't fathom him defeating Jerron Ennis. I'm just being honest with you. But boy, if he had a dominant win over Jerron Ennis, I tell you what, first of all, he'd have all the respect. It will go from people looking at him as dumb for going up there fighting Boots to having all the respect in the world for him going up, taking on a dangerous challenge and clipping Jerron. It's a whole lot of risk, but the upside to the reward is big time. But I just think the fight's going to be dull because he's going to run. I think he gets dominated. I mean, I really don't see him winning. Now, what I think is going to happen, he's just going to further damage his reputation with his fans and just with boxing as a whole. And no promoter then is going to want to work with him. They already don't want to work with him. They already say the man's not exciting. And then he come out here and he get destroyed by Boots. Now you have a loss. He's going to be in the breeze. Edgar Berlanga, kind of lucked out with him and Matchroom, going separate ways, and he getting picked up by Riyadh season Turkey Al-Sheikh to fight Shiraz. But it doesn't always work out that way, you know what I'm saying? I just think he needs to be careful, because people are starting to tune out. But we'll see. He's going to have to find that fire that he had when he fought Lomachenko, that fire he had when he fought Comey. That's really it. Like, you really got to go back to like 2018, 19. Since then, he hasn't shown us anything. I mean, at least me. What happened to all of the flips and all that bullshit? You know what I'm saying? He was one of boxing's most exciting stars. Now he's a dud. But we'll see. I personally think he needs to bring in another coach. I'm not saying get rid of his father. I just think his father's more emotional than tactical. You know what I mean? I really do. I think he's just more emotion than tactics. And that can't work. He needs somebody who understands what he's going through. You know what I mean? More of just a passionate motivator, a true coach, a true trainer who knows what he's going through, knows what he's feeling. And I think if he gets that, then now that energy that his dad brings, which is passionate, but it's not clear direction, then it'll translate into something clear and strategic that's really going to help with the adjustments in the corner and in between rounds. But bring back Joey Gamache is how I feel, but you know what, man? They're going to do what they want. Anyway, how nice it would be to see him working with a Bomac or somebody, but you know that ain't never going to happen. Anyway, man, y'all keep cool. Teofimo Lopez, the self-licking lollipop. I don't know what direction this guy's going to continue to go, except, out of control and spiral downward. He just needs to get his shit together. At one point in time, man, people look forward to seeing this cat fight. Now they're looking forward to somebody shutting him up. And it could be a random fan that walks up on him and punches him in the mouth, or it could be a Haney or a Jaron Ennis, just because of the insensitive remarks he's made regarding race. People just don't really want to deal with this dude. They don't have much tolerance for this cockhole. Anyway, keep cool in the breeze.